Hello and welcome to Utilizing an Online Presence Analysis Infograph. Hopefully you've already watched the video when we worked out where to put these and how to color coordinate them. If you haven't, please go back and watch the previous video on creating an online presence analysis infograph. Okay, and then that'll get you to this point here, and then when we're at this point here we can move forwards. So the way we're going to move forwards is we're going to look at how to read those online presence analysis infographics, take all that data and turn it into information and knowledge. Then we're going to look at how to analyze the best option of the elements of our online presence, and then how to create a more balanced online presence. So as we can see, this was the one we created. And that's where everything is. Now, actually, that's not a bad online presence. We can see there, though, it's rather in the top half. There's not very much in the bottom half of the online presence there. So that's something that we need to do. So one thing is we need to make sure that we have a spread around the online presence. But another thing, and let me just clear those out of the way, is kind of how do you know if something's working hard enough? So I often say that if anything's on the outside, it's not working hard enough, especially for an online presence. We know that one website can do multiple things, and it really won't affect the effectiveness of the website. Okay, so if something's on the outside, it's not working hard enough. Conversely, though, if something's in the middle, it's kind of working too hard. Sometimes when something just tries to do too much, it doesn't do any of them very well. I remember having as a child a Swiss Army knife, and I thought it was cool because it had loads and loads of different gadgets. But the problem was, because the knife was so big and they all had to tuck away, that none of the gadgets were actually that effective. So because it tried to do too many things, it became ineffective in most things. So what you then have there is this section in the middle, what I like to refer to there as the donut of effectiveness. So that things aren't working too hard in the middle, or they're not working hard enough on the outsides. Okay, so what we want is a range of online presences that sit within this donut of effectiveness. So here's a quick analysis of a company I did a little while ago. And you can see that they've got a nice spread of things around. So not much on the brand building side, but everything else has something in there. But they're not very good at it. So as we said, we need to make sure that we can develop this online presence. So what we need to look at is make them more efficient and give it a greater range. So I did the research, and we'll look at the Google first. So what we're going to do is, what the objectives are is how to make a more efficient and a greater range of things. And what we're going to look at first is how to develop what we already have. So there's no point creating new if you've already got it. So we can see there on the right side, Google is not effective. It's working by itself and they're not utilizing it well. So simply all they needed to do is turn on Google reviews, and that will make Google not only a portal, but a relationship building site, because it gives information customers want to read. And that then automatically as well, by that simple effect, that simple objective of turning on the reviews, it moves it into a more effective use of online presence. So you can see there it went from red to orange. Amazon, they just literally just put things on there for sale. If they add links to their other websites and once again turned on reviews, it moves it down there, and it actually makes it quite a good system then, because it becomes a portal to all their other. You see how much social media they've got, but they haven't highlighted that on Amazon. And they've got a website and things like that they just haven't talked about on Amazon. So by turning on the review section, so people can comment on how good the product is, and then linking it to all their other sites, you can see they're actually developed from red to green, and moves it more into the center, so it stops it being lazy and a one-off thing and starts it being working a bit more effectively. Next there, Wikipedia. There is a Wikipedia site for this company, but they don't do anything with it. Because they don't own Wikipedia, they assume that they shouldn't touch it. But remember, anyone can edit Wikipedia. So if they started to take control of the Wikipedia, put on it all the information, what is their opening times, closing times, what products they do, what new products are they doing, have they won any industry awards and things like this. Suddenly now, it also becomes a brand building site as well as a relationship site, and it becomes orange or maybe even green, depends on how much information they want to put on there. So you can see how we're making things more efficient and bringing in that range. And then we're going to look at the two social medias there that are not doing too good, Instagram and Twitter. So if they run votes, competitions, turn on, do more replies, turn on hashtags and things like that, you can see there that would bring that more into the middle and make them a bit better. So it turns them orange. So now we can see that we have more things within that donut of effectiveness. And we could do with some more things being green, but it's about being realistic as well. This is just a 6 months plan. And those things that they've just done there, they can do within 6 months. Hopefully then in the next 6 months, it'll be trying to turn some of those oranges green. But you can see there that we still don't have a full range. We can see transaction is still, there's only one website that's in transaction. So another thing would be to create a new website or a new online presence. And in this case, because I've looked at their market and who their audience is, I've actually thought they could sell through Etsy. So Etsy is a company, I don't know how global it is, it's in the UK, and it really does kind of one-off bespoke stuff. So all their mass-produced stuff they can sell through Amazon as they currently do. But anything that they do bespoke or any new product development, they could trial it out on Etsy first, get a feel for how people engage with it before they mass-produce it on Amazon. Once again though, because that's new, let's be realistic, that's why it's red. So the hope is in time we can develop it so it's better, orange or even green. But because it's new, it's going to have to be red because we haven't worked out how to use it. Okay, so this is how we utilize this online presence analysis infograph. It's about creating that nice balanced, you can see now there there's a lot more in all the different categories, so it makes it a lot more of a balance. And apart from the new Etsy, which is red, you know, we're slowly getting there and we're developing this company's online presence. So that's how we can use the online presence analysis infograph.